Hello and welcome to my video. So today I'm going to show you guys what books I got in the month of December. I got 10 of them, which makes me so excited. And unfortunately most of them were not even gifts, just books I bought myself. So got 10 books to share with you guys, so let's just jump right on in. The first book I like to share with you guys, one of my best friends gave me for Christmas, and it is V.E. Schwab's A Darker Shade of Magic. I've heard absolutely remarkable things about this book, and I've never read V.E. Schwab, but I've heard she's a very dark, magical, fantastic author. And I'm very excited to start reading this book. From what I can tell of it, there are these different colors and types of Londons, which is a character named Cal can travel between, and he is a smuggler, and he runs into this other character, Delilah, who they essentially form an unlikely acquaintance, and they go on this dark adventure together. It sounds pretty awesome to me. It sounds dark and scary and magical. So yeah, I'm excited, as I've already said. So the next book I'd like to share would be Queen of Air and Darkness by Cassandra Clare. This is a giant beauty. I've already started reading it. I'm not that far into it. It took me a little while to actually get started in reading this. The first chapter made me cry. So I can't give too much information. This is the third book in the Dark Artifices series by Cassandra Clare. And so I don't want to spoil too much. Essentially it just follows Emma and Julian and the Blackthorn family into their third adventure of the series. That's all I'm going to tell you guys, because I don't want to spoil anything, and honestly I don't know too much about it. All I know is that there is definitely some crap going down in this book. That's all I can tell you, but I'm enjoying it so far, and I am loving this, and I actually got this book signed by Cassandra Clare, so that is exciting. And I cannot wait to continue to read this, probably after I'm shooting this video. Yeah. So excited. The next book on this list is actually a rebuy for me. I let a friend borrow the series and she never gave it back. She still doesn't answer my messages to request this back. So I ended up just rebuying the series. So the one that I bought this month was Clockwork Princess. I'm not going too much into this because I have already read this one. Essentially it's the Dark Artifices, which is the prequel series to the More Instrument series. Like Dark Artifices is after, this one's before. And it's just the third book in it, so I'm not going to give you too much. But it follows Will, Jem, and Tessa, and all the crap that they go through. This is definitely one of my favorite books, so I'm so happy to have it back in my collection. I wish it was in hardback, but paperback is totally fine too. The next 4 books I'm going to be talking about are from a used bookstore that at first I didn't know it was a used bookstore. I went in there with a friend to look at DVDs, and I found out it also sells books. Yeah, that was a mistake, and more money than I probably should have spent, but what can I say? So the first book of this collection that I got would be Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I don't know a whole lot about it, but it sounds like it's about Scarlet and Tella, who are sisters, and there's an evil father in here that has an arranged marriage for Scarlet, and she has longed to see Caraval. And so her and her sister go and see them because they got an invitation, but then her sister goes missing. And she has to go after her, and she's heard all the rumors about what happens during the show. And it sounds like it's a very dangerous, exciting, and thrilling book to read. So I cannot wait to dive into this one as well. And I love the cover. It just looks so pretty. And I've heard very good things about this book. So, as I said, I'm excited to dive right into this one. The second book I got from that same place I got Caraval from would be Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell. Honestly, I've always looked at this book and I have wanted it. A dear friend of mine has recommended it, saying I kind of remind him of the main character, Kath. But honestly, what really sold me to buy it this time is the mint green sprayed pages. It's just absolutely lovely, and I love mint green. So it was just, I couldn't help myself. It was as if it was calling for me. But anyways, This book is about a fangirl named Kath and her twin sister who love the Simon Snow fandom and all the stories he writes. But eventually her sister kind of grows out of that fandom and Kath is off to college and her sister doesn't want to be roommates with her. So she goes way out of her comfort zone, and looks like there's a love story in here and about a total fangirl, which I am definitely a fangirl, so I can definitely relate. But it's about Kath's struggles and challenges and getting out of her comfort zone and being in college. Sounds perfect. I mean, I'm in college and I'm a fangirl, so I feel like I can definitely relate to this contemporary YA story. So this is a little bit out of my own comfort zone, but I've been told I would really like this book, and as I said, apparently I would really relate to the main character, so that sounds awesome to read. The third book I got from that bookstore is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. So I read Sarah J. Maas's book, Throne of Glass, and I really enjoyed it. I do need to finish the series, and I mean, not even finish, just read the whole thing, because I'm only read the first book. But I enjoyed it, and I heard if you do enjoy the first one, you're probably going to enjoy this one. It's something completely different. It's basically, sounds like it's a romantic story involving fairies. And it sounds very interesting, like it's a different type of fairy lore than what I've been told. So I'm super excited. Sounds like there's a lot of romance and passion and adventure in this, so I'm pretty excited to read this. Like, it sounds interesting, cover's cool. I've heard good and bad things about it, but I'm just gonna give it my own shot and see how I feel about it. So that's why I bought it. So the last book I got from the same place I got the previous three is Daughter of Smoke and Bone. There's not much of a synopsis on back, so I really don't know what this book is about. And it's by Laini Taylor. I really want to read her book Strange Dream, which I already have in my collection, so I thought I'd buy this book from her as well. And from what I have heard of it, it's essentially a Romeo and Juliet type story, but it's done in a very, very efficient, fantastic new way. So I'm excited to read that. I've always kind of liked the Romeo and Juliet kind of trope, the forbidden love stuff. So I'm excited to read this one. So there's not much of a synopsis on the back, and I don't feel like, or I'm too lazy to look it up. But it sounds interesting. I have been fascinated with this book for a long time. I've just always brushed past it in the bookstore just because it comes in box sets most likely now. At least at Barnes & Noble it does. So I decided to give this one a shot while it was at a lower price. I've heard good things about the author and the book itself. So I cannot wait to give this book a shot. So the next three books I got were off of Amazon. My lovely sister gave me an Amazon gift card, so I spent it on books. I mean, what else is new? And the first book I got from Amazon was Six of Crows by Leah Bardugo. I've heard absolutely fantastic, remarkable things about this book. I've been dying to read this for so long. I don't know why I haven't gotten it sooner, to be completely honest. I have the first book of the Grisha series, I'm saying that right, by her as well, but I've heard this book is even better. I haven't read either books yet, but I do plan on reading this one first because I've just been so excited to read this for a very long time. Essentially, it's about this criminal who goes by Kaz Brecker and his team who are supposed to pull off this very dangerous heist. It sounds like a cool book about friendship, teamwork, danger, breaking the law. Sounds like a great adventure book to read in a fantastical universe. So I absolutely am excited. As I've said about like all these books so far, I am so excited to read these, but I just can't help to just want to read them all right now. So the last two books I have for this haul are Scythe and Thunderhead by Neil Shusterman. So I'm going to put Thunderhead down to the second one to this series. This is probably honestly my most anticipated book of this whole haul. I've heard this book will blow your mind and make you think for days on end. So this is probably going to be my next read here very soon. It's essentially about these, about this world with no hunger. Like, essentially, humans had eradicated everything that kills them. And it talks about these 2 apprentices to the society called Scythes, which are allowed to kill people. And it's just like their experience being apprentices to a scythe and realizing that there's a heavy price comes with responsibility. It just sounds so interesting, and I feel like there's some scary truths in this book that I can't help but to want to discover and just dive in and just absorb all the wonderfulness I've heard about this book. So these 2 books are probably next on my reading list. Well, that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed my haul of these 10 wonderful books that I am all excited to read. As I said many times throughout this video, sorry for less flowery language. Anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up so I know you want more of these videos. And also tell me what books you have bought recently, or if you're like me and buy 10 of them at the same time. So, anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you next time in my next video. Bye!